Hi guys, welcome to our market update. My name is Vinnie. This guy over here is David Wright. We'll see how the connection goes. He's out and about, as you kind of see by his screen, but he wants to come here just to drop some knowledge. I'm gonna first bring up while he's talking the rates. And we go to this website; it's fairly easy to go to. Mortgage News Daily. The rates they have there are not necessarily exactly what they are in the market, but they give you kind of a ballpark idea of what's going on. How are rates looking, David? Oh, no sound. Okay, so we got no sound with David. We'll see what happens there as it's coming through. But you all see the clicker below right now where we're sitting. Uh, David, I still can't hear you. Yeah, so I can't. We still can't hear you. But anyway, you might have to log out, log back in. That's why you love live, guys. But you see the clicker happening below, and you'll see that we currently have roughly about 4,300 properties active on the market. We're slowly trickling down. I think the last time we did this was the 5th of December. I think we were at 4,600, 4,500, somewhere in that window. We'll probably get by the next, 2 weeks. Probably about 4,039, somewhere in that kind of ballpark. And then usually what happens is we trickle ways back up after people start putting their properties back in the market in kind of like middle of January. You want to try to talk, David? You think you got it? It's still nothing. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with David's stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of like what usually happens with market rates, as you can kind of see. How I have up. Oh, there you are. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry about that. I am out and about. I'm on top of in the UTC La Jolla area where there is no cell phone reception. So if you've been watching our show before, we told you rates are usually lower before the Fed does anything. So as you know, the Fed lowered rates last week. The rates were lower then than they are now. And that's why you want to work with people who are paying attention to the market, because interest before it makes some adjustments to come back down. Now, do I think it's going to come down a little bit more from this uptick? Yes, I do. But it is going to take some time. This week, there's a lot of stuff coming.
All right, we're starting to
Major
lose them
impact. If
again.
you listen
Oh,
to the Fed's report, the Fed's going to start buying $40 billion worth of T-bills each month. That will slowly start pushing mortgage rates down, which will overall be very good for the economy. And, right now, but I do expect us to run into some bumpy territory. I'm going to make a bold prediction right here, Vinny. I'm going to tell you, and I think that's going to cause some chaos in the market. I hope that doesn't happen. Hope I'm wrong, but I think that could possibly happen right now. That's a possibility, and
wait,
that is
what
definitely
was the bold prediction?
going to cause things to go wrong in the market. So if that does happen, look for some real volatility, and volatility always spells options as far as for housing and people panicking and mortgage rates. So I think we have good times coming, my friend.
Yeah, so something to think about, and I know it's in and out with David stuff. If you have particular questions, I'm gonna have our numbers go below really fast. But if you have particular questions, feel free to reach out. One thing that you might not have heard from what David said was that, as we know, the market usually feels the effects about 2 weeks or
Did I
so
drop off?
before. No, you're there now. But when the Fed meets, right, we usually know the effects of that about 2 weeks before. Now, what happens is if they're going off projection. So if they think that basically we're going to go down a quarter point, you're going to see those effects basically about 2 weeks ahead. Now, if they don't drop, that basically can have some negative effects to the market. So just kind of food for thought. The next time the Fed meets is basically the end of January. Okay, so we'll probably start seeing the effect basically
Hello?
middle of January. No, you're here. We can hear you. You're gonna jump back in. It's a little spotty, but all good, all good. So just food for thought, and then remember too, you don't lock in your interest
Gotta
rate,
love it.
right, until you actually are under contract. For the most case, you can technically do it when you're not under contract. So if you're thinking that the rates are going to go a little better, right, then you're probably going to want to start looking probably maybe end of this year, beginning of next year, right? So you kind of like have someone watch the market, because as you kind of see, I'm going to bring this back up. You can see rates jump around every single day. So you could have thought, okay, this is the lowest. Oh no, peak back up. Oh no, this is the lowest. Okay, peak back. Like, so that's why you have your realtor, your lender, kind of walking through the process and knowing kind of what's possible. I think we're losing David again, but so really kind of food for thought on that kind of stuff. Now, what does that mean when we're having lower inventory and rates are starting to go down again? A lot of people that have been kind of sitting on the sidelines are going to jump back into the market. So we have this kind of sweet window, right, where you probably have the flexibility if you're based off of the property to ask for some credits, ask for something for that property, do a longer escrow so you can do one of those down payment assistance programs, right? So there is that opportunity, this kind of window of time. So you can you match it up to get those credits, get the buy down, and then get the rates to actually go a little lower in the market. So I mean, just food for thought when you're out there looking around. Talk to your realtor, understand what's possible. But inventory has been trickling down. Again, it's the holidays. It's going to start coming back up. We lost Dave right there. But anyways, if you have particular questions about your situation, give myself or David a call. We're always willing to help out. And just know, I mean, let me see if I'll pull it up real fast. The list price is not the price that they're going to accept. I mean, it can go higher, it can go lower, but to give you kind of a reference point, let me just show this real fast right here. So to give you kind of a reference point, so and I know this platform InfoSparks is a little bit off, but it gives you kind of like an idea of what's going on. So if you're looking at the market now, we don't factor in, let's take out mobile homes and townhomes. So we're looking at 98% lists to sold, right? So if a property is asking for $1 million, it's going for $980,000, right? List to sold. Now, if you're buying in April, closer to 100%, right? So knowing what's doable and what's possible with the market, but the sky's not falling. Yes, we have, I mean, closer to 2 months than we had 3 months, but really a balanced market, however you want to spin it, is roughly about 6 months of inventory. So if you have any particular questions, again, about your situation, please call below. Always here to help out, give some insight, understand what's doable, understand what kind of grant programs actually might work for you, understand if there's, I mean, what your situation, if what you're looking for. Are you looking for a HUD home? Are you looking for like a REO property, a property that you can purchase, basically put some sweat and tears into the property? We do have a property on the market that a single family house, 600,000. So that could be something that could interest you, but give us a call or give me a call, give David a call. Any sort of questions that you might have. Appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, please share, and go for myself or go find David. Talk soon. Bye.